Hello, everyone who's watching either on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all of the feeds. I just want to welcome you to our short video, which will be 3 tips to look out for with structural or basement waterproofing. I'm Reese Thomas. I lead the marketing for Atal UK, structural waterproofing specialists. We're based in Tredegar in South Wales, and I'm joined here today by Ian Price, technical manager, the first employee at Atal UK 7 years ago underneath David Rees. He is CSSW trained, which is Certified Surveyor in Structural Waterproofing. And so without further ado, I will hand you over to Ian Price, our magician when it comes to waterproofing and all things ground gas protection. So what are your 3 tips, Ian Price?
Wow, Reese, what an introduction.
What can I say?
Right, tip number 1, right? Always ensure that you've got waterproofing continuity.
Cool. What does that mean, Ian Price?
Yeah, so waterproofing continuity means wrap the building up like a Christmas present. So there should be no gaps in the waterproofing. That's essentially what that means. Essential tip number 1, in order to make something waterproof, we don't want any gaps or any holes, so ensure that the membrane is continuous throughout.
And where does it say that?
It actually says it in various PCA guides.
Great.
So it doesn't actually say that in the British standards, but so that waterproofing continuity is part of the sort of industry best practice guidelines that we follow.
Amazing.
Are you ready for tip number 2?
Let's go. Tip number 2. What is it?
Right. Tip number 2, it is engage a specialist. So this is written in BS 8102. A waterproofing specialist should be engaged at design stage or the earliest stage possible. And this is also written in NHBC standards, Premier standards, amongst others as well. So it's all good, consistent advice. Get somebody in who's CSSW qualified at the earliest stage, so you don't get too far down the line where something isn't rectifiable. What we see too often, Reese.
Have you had that before? What's the furthest you've seen a job go without a specialist that you've had to come in and rectify?
I say we get 3 calls a week saying, well, we're ready for the waterproofing tomorrow. What can you come up with? It's a bit late then. Yeah, so we like to get involved right at the start, at the design stage. So the solution that we come up with is the most cost effective and the most relevant for that project. I mean, if we are engaged too late, our options are extremely limited.
Great. So tip number 2 is about preparation.
Correct.
Basically, yeah, amazing. Because we want to be able to provide the best solutions and not just there's still good solutions, but we don't want it to be too late. We want to be involved right from the start, from the first design meeting, because we care about providing the best possible solution. So what's number 3 then?
Right, 3rd and final tip. It might be the most important tip.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
I've given it a big build-up. It is, don't use standard drawings or copy a spec from a previous job. So the waterproofing should be job specific. So it is horses for courses. So all our specs are job specific. So we look at the site investigation report. So if you've got high water table, low water table, variable water table. So we look whether the soils are cohesive or free draining, the contaminants in the ground, whether you're close to the sea. So if you're in saline solutions or chalk conditions, so that the waterproofing design is highly dependent on the conditions. It varies from project to project. What we see a lot of is standard details being used, incorrect products being specified. As I said before, it is horses for courses. It should be job specific.
Amazing. ultimately, that makes your job harder because it means every time you've got to come up with drawings. But it's what we love to do, right?
Yeah, we start from square one each job, and we love it.
It's what we live for, isn't it, Ian Price?
Correct.
Amazing. So there's three. Just run them through. Just the headlines of what those three are.
Right. So tip number one was always ensure you provide waterproofing continuity.
Amazing.
Right. Tip number two, always engage a specialist. Tip number three was don't use standard drawings or copy specs from previous jobs.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And that is it from us today. That's just a nice little short video with 3 important tips. If you would like to get in touch with us about what we offer, then please don't hesitate. We are on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube. Our website is ataluk.com, where we have much more information about the services and products that we provide. We are the distributors across the UK for 2 major German companies who are at the forefront of waterproofing technologies. We always aim to offer bespoke, cost-efficient designs that apply to the relevant British standards as spec'd by Ian Price and the design team here. So please get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks from us.
Thank you.